sponsors for help underwriting the Andy Dare Show. And yeah, so we got a great one with Stephen Drozd this week. I remember riding my bike to get their album. It was the Soft Bulletin in summer '99, and later that day I got arrested for launching water balloons at our middle school. And it was a good memory, good time, and I was glad I had that cool record to come home to after I had been grounded. But anyways, a lot of great memories with the Flaming Lips. I think my first television appearance seeing them was Spring Break '95. And it was cool. I was visiting a friend in Iowa, and we were just sitting around in his room. We were in 5th grade, and obviously turning into MTV Spring Break, because at that point in time in 1995, MTV was a tastemaker. It was cutting edge. It was often brilliant. It was bringing all sorts of alternative and new forms of music to the public, and in turn, the public was eating it up with a spoon. So we were watching the Spring Break, and it was Van Halen, Van Hager at the time. Hager was fronting Van Halen, and they were kind of seeming like rock dinosaurs at the time, talking about tequila and Wabo Wabo or whatever, Cabo Wabo and stuff. But the Flaming Lips took the stage and were totally different, totally unique, charming, yet kind of strange at the same time. It was a great show, and I knew at that point I would be checking out the Flaming Lips. So now you fast forward, 17, 18 years, and I'm interviewing one of them. It means a lot that I can still do this show 80 episodes in. It means a lot that I'm still getting cool guests, that you guys are still checking it out, and we're able to bring you this content week after week. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to my 80th episode with special guest Stephen Drozd. Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out the Andy Dare Show. I am here with Stephen Drozd of the Flaming Lips. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm very good. You said my last name correctly. That makes me very happy.
That's great. Good to hear. How goes your Monday so far?
A little hectic, Usually on Mondays I get to just kind of, sit around at least in the morning time. But today is one of those days where, I'm just a human being. I have to go get the car serviced, and then I have to come home and meet this plumber who's doing something with the toilet downstairs. So, I'm just a dude at home dealing with reality. So yeah, but I'm good.
And you're still out in Oklahoma City, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm in Oklahoma City. Yes.
And that's for life, right? You grew up there, right?
Well, I grew up all around Houston, mostly Houston, Texas, and then, long story short, I moved to Norman, Oklahoma in '91, and met the Lips guys, and I've been here ever since. I lived in upstate New York or western New York for a couple of years, but now I'm back in Oklahoma City, and I think my wife and I and 2 kids, we just want to stay here for the rest of our lives because, it's getting better all the time. Oklahoma City is always improving, so yeah.
I feel like the Oklahoma City Thunder must have helped out the city itself. Did you guys notice a difference after they came? Or?
Oh my God, it's such a jolt for the whole city, because for years downtown and Bricktown and all that stuff, it was just kind of no man's land. But
yeah.
since the Thunder moved in, there's just been this big resurgence of energy in the city. And I took my son to our first game just Wednesday night. We went to our first game finally. And it was crazy, just the energy there. And, it's just, we don't have another professional sports team. So the Thunder, it's highly appreciated and people are very much into it. It's a great thing for sure. Yeah.
That's good to hear. Like normally they put up a new team and they suck for a good, 10, 15 years. But you guys, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. And, it's good to hear that, it's gentrifying everything. Everything's working out. I have friends in Seattle that were mad that, they took the team from Seattle and moved them there. But, hey, you got to get your own team, So.
Oh, my God. I was going back and forth on Twitter with this guy from Seattle who was so angry about the Thunder. So whenever I would tweet something about a Thunder victory or something, he would say something sarcastic about, Oklahoma City ripping off Seattle. And I think I tweeted something like, you had grunge and Starbucks in the 90s, give someone else a chance,
Yeah, it's our turn now, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah. Well, it's great. The singer for Suicide, Alan Vega, I ended up in a shovel with him at a festival a couple of years ago, and I was going to start talking about music in a real fanboy way.
Cool.
He starts, I told him I was in the Flaming Lips, and all he cared to say was, that he was really excited about Oklahoma City having such a great basketball team.
The guy from Suicide, really nice.
Yeah,